and becoming pro-nuclear. Forecast Earth, today 5 p.m. Eastern on the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is brought to you by this cable or satellite provider. You can also get reliable forecasts from the Weather Channel from this radio station.
The Weather Channel wishes you a happy Thanksgiving. And now, your local on the 8s.
Weather changed history, coming in January, only on the Weather Channel.
It's a homeowner's worst nightmare. Fast-moving wildfires move through the canyons and hills of Malibu, California, destroying several homes. Bone-dry conditions and Santa Ana winds are to blame. Plus, an unusual snow, drenching rain. Find out why the movement of this southern storm has much of the southeast on edge. New today, a wildfire fueled by Santa Ana winds has burned at least 2,200 acres in Malibu, California. Welcome to Weather Center. I'm Warren Madden. The fire is tearing through the heavy brush along canyon ridges in an area south of Malibu Lake. It began about 3:30 a.m. and was blowing downhill towards the Pacific Ocean. At one point, it even jumped the Pacific Coast Highway, the main coastal artery. And at last check, 35 homes have been destroyed. Hundreds of residents are evacuating to safer areas. Now, while the exact cause of the fire is unknown, what is known is that today's Santa Ana winds and dry conditions in the area have helped fuel the flames. All right, let's take a look at the satellite picture. We can actually pick up that smoke plume here. And there it is, just streaming out of the Malibu area, coming out toward the ocean. And that's showing that the direction of the winds is offshore. And we are definitely seeing some problems with this fire. Now, the good news is that the winds are dying down. The Santa Ana will be coming to an end, and right now you can see winds out of the west, or rather the east-northeast, at roughly 15 to 20 miles an hour at times, but until it really dies down completely, there's still that threat of the winds pushing that fire off to the south and west, so definitely be careful. Now, we do think those winds are going to die down, and here's why we think they're going to die down, because the weather situation is changing. Now, through Saturday AM, high pressure building into the Great Basin, and so winds clockwise around that high, the offshore flow. That means, unfortunately, the Santa Ana winds, we've seen some gusts up over 65 miles an hour in the mountains and canyons, but that's going to be changing as we go forward through the rest of the weekend, because we're going to be seeing that high on the move. In fact, that high is going to move eastward And as a result, instead of seeing an easterly flow, you'll see more of a southerly flow, lighter winds as high pressure moves away, and that is certainly some good news in this area, and hopefully we'll be able to get that fire tamped down, the firefighters hard at work. So that's what's happening in the west. Now let's move a little farther to the east, where we're dealing with some snow. Yes, indeed. El Paso, you've already seen over 2 inches of snow. Your average for the entire year, not that much more than that, only in the range of about, say, 5 or so inches. And here we go. As we move forward in time, we're going to be seeing a very unusual snow here. How about it for El Paso? Like I said, we're seeing only about in the range of 5.8 on an average year. 2 to 3 days of snow in an average year, but you've already got over 2 inches. And before this storm is said and done, you may get your yearly average all in this one storm. So what happens with this? Well, we have low pressure that's moving out of the Rockies through Saturday afternoon in the southern part of the Rockies and heading over to the western part of Texas. We're going to be seeing that low drop southwestward, and there's enough cold air, so we're talking about, in some cases, some heavier snow in the mountains of West Texas and heading out into some of the plains here in the Permian Basin. So be prepared. You might have to go digging out for that snow shovel. You don't get to use it that often, but you're going to be seeing a bit more in the way of snow through the rest of the day and into tonight at least, and perhaps even into tomorrow.